don't touch anything.
It's the greatest find yet. Nothing compares to it.
But it's definitely something you should hear.
This is The Real Deal with Larry Lawton.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Real Deal with me, Larry Lawton. We are here, and it is Tuesday morning. It's actually Sunday here. We do tape a couple, sometimes a day or 2 days before. And always remember, we do not cut anything. So what you hear and the screw-ups and the people walking in the door, everybody that happens, you're going to check it out. So it's going to be, that's why we call it The Real Deal. And it's fun. You'll see the postman come in here, my brother, or my mother, whoever. Matter of fact, I stopped taking the sign down on the door so she, wouldn't, we were filming. First, we have a great guest I'm really excited about today, and you'll hear why in a minute. And before I get started, thank Oliva, thank you very much, guys. You guys have been great. I had a great time in Nicaragua after Nick and I went out there with Laura, and we went in the fields. We're going to talk about that. Before I did, check out my book, Gangster Redemption. Again, if the cookbook ain't, I'm already giving everybody a free $45 lighter. All those people. Probably 150, right? Whatever it is. What's that? And I'm doing that because we screwed up on the lateness of the order. But I just want to let everybody know that is coming. So there's 2 books coming. I'm even going to release that. That's what's been going on. But anyway, besides that, we have just been busy. We have a GTA server we're building. Nick will get into that maybe a little bit. We got meetings tonight on that. And then we have a network for cigars. And what else we got going?
A lot.
Hey, what did you think of Nicaragua?
It was cool. I think that's a whole episode in itself. It was a lot different.
I agree. I was going to start talking about Nicaragua, but I think maybe we could do that for Friday's show.
Probably.
Because when I tell you a full day, I was beat. I'm in the fields, and I'll tell you, this is something. This is the saddest, and it makes you hurt. There is such a disparity between the haves and have-nots. And trust me, if you're listening to this show in the United States of America, you're probably a have. And I don't care where you are, except Skid Row in L.A. Then you're a not, and that place is a scumhole. I went there, I don't know.
It's pretty bad.
So we had a great time. I'm not going to get on Nicaragua. There's so many videos coming out, so much shit coming out. Put it this way, Nick will be working for the next week straight. Couple hours off. Oh, yeah. All right, now... the end of the week, I have a guest right here, and I met I'll tell you what, people, watch this. He was the top 50 person who signed up and subscribed to my channel, Nick. 47. Oh. His name is Jeremy. How do you pronounce your last name, Jeremy? Normandin. Because it looked like an L. And
yeah, I've been called Jermaine, but you name it, they've said
So, and I'm going to tell you why we connected. Well, Jeremy's another. All the guys who make choices bad, then they turn their life around, become successes. It's just the way it is. And Jeremy actually was in Edgefield, South Carolina. Not in the same prison I was in the same same compound, because they have every pet. Well, see, I'm gonna screw everybody up. In a prison system, we have a penitentiary, which is the maximum security. First, you have an ADX. There's only one of those. That's in Florence, Colorado. Then they have penitentiaries. Then they have FCI mediums, and then they have an FCI low.
What's an ADX?
Administrative detention annexed, and that's out of Colorado. You're in lockdown 20 more than 23/7. I love when they also it's 23/7. No,
El Chapo's there, like
El Chapo is there.
Yeah,
so
big
terror. Yeah.
Okay. God, he was there for a while. Well, he went to Marion.
It's like a big boy prison.
No, it's whenever we look them up on Wikipedia, top worst prison in the world.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right, and because the ratio to cops is great.
Yeah.
Tommy Silverstein was a dude that was the founder of the Aryan Brotherhood, and he killed a cop and he killed a lieutenant, I think McCluskey, and a guard. And
it's a resume.
Wait, and he killed another guy while he was in the hole. He slipped his handcuffs like I do. I show you can slip the hand. He slipped and he killed a guy named Cadillac.
Oh, all at the same time?
Yeah, the same day. He killed a guy named Cadillac, he was a part of the Black Panthers. And, they're in Big Boy. They're all in the hole, I think it was Marion. and he slipped his cuffs. You know, I told you, and he had a shank, and he killed him. While they were getting him, he killed a lieutenant and a guard. He was on no human contact for 30-something years. People out there, if you want to check him out, just Google Tommy Silverstein.
Is that who you did a video on?
No, I think it was that other guy. There was one black guy. There was one I did a video
on. It was
on.
a double one, yeah.
Because the guy was one of, or maybe there's now another one, the longest man in solitary confinement in the United States. Now, this dude was in solitary confinement, I think, over 30 years.
I think the black guy was innocent.
I think he just
passed
it or something, right? Yeah.
And he was the longest, but then on top of him was the white guy that was...
Tommy Silverstein. Tommy Silverstein, he was on what they call no human contact. So, and I seen his cell in Atlanta. He had a cell in Atlanta underneath the... Well, there used to be a movie theater there. You know, I don't even know what's there anymore. But because we're going to talk about so much he went through the whole, though. I have a guest anyway before I get. But Tommy Silver, please Google him. Tommy Silver is the founder of the Aryan Brotherhood. And listen, you can argue, and I will put this up there right now, and I will argue or debate with anybody you want to comment on this. People got into a rough one. I told you the most deadly gang in prisons is the Aryan Brotherhood. You got said that the MA or no. I'm telling you, I've been around, and I've been to 4 penitentiaries. I only got to 1 medium, 2 mediums. They kicked me out.
Why'd you got kicked out both times?
Yeah.
For what? I know the.
Well, when I
printer.
left, I got down to Coleman from Atlanta, and then they said, "Nah, you're out of here. You're running the yard."
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
And I remember that was Lieutenant Figueroa.
You dropped it.
And I went back and spoke at that prison, that prick.
That's crazy.
You're like, now I run it.
I was walking around that ward, and I got that cap, and I'm like, man, if these motherfuckers can know what I would. People look at me and say, oh, there's a new administrator here. And then I go into the unit, Nick, and all of my friends, Larry, what the fuck? They gave me all these regulations I can't do. I broke every one of them. You know, you can't do it.
Say, I'm a criminal, dog. What
you're like, what are you going to do? Lock me up?
So, ladies and gentlemen, now let me answer, because we're going to have a great conversation. You're going to learn. He's going to be available on comments, too, and check it out. I have with myself, like I said, Jeremy Naylander. Normandin. Okay, I'm not great. Norman, right. Jeremy Norman. We really clicked. I showed you he was the top 47. He remembers, and he actually is the one, Nick, that gave me the suggestion, because I read my first book, and it's so...
You hadn't even read it yet.
Oh, was it that early?
You hadn't even read it yet. You're like, I'm thinking about doing this, you know, like...
I would talk to anybody.
I saw you, because I saw your videos. You had like 7 or 8 videos, and it was just like news interviews or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, you must be in Florida, because I saw a lot of them were like down south or whatever. So you were like, oh, I actually live in Palm Bay. I said, dude, get out of here. I live in Indian Harbor Beach, literally like 15 minutes away. So... You're like, oh, no way.
I blew up like
Yeah. You're like, I want to read my book. And I said, listen, all I do is watch YouTube. Like, I think just be yourself. Just be yourself. What's up?
How old are you?
35.
35.
Nick,
yeah,
he is
that's the
all
demographic.
you.
Yeah.
All he does. Like,
that's
we do nothing
demographic.
but YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, this is on YouTube 24/7 just about.
Yeah.
When we're partying, when we're here working, whatever, right, Nick? Really, it is.
I mean, you can't beat YouTube. It's like, it's an amazing platform, you know?
It's the biggest platform in the world.
Yeah, it's huge.
Question for you. Do you know who Shane Gillis is?
Yes.
Oh, that's my man.
Have to.
Love stand-up comedy.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too, man. Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Did you see all his stuff, even his short skits?
I've just seen his, or not even seen, I listened to it on Spotify, his whole, like, new comedy thing he's got. I don't know if it's new. Yeah, I don't know if
stand-up?
it's new. Yeah, his stand-up.
Oh, no, that's different. We're going to show it at the end of it. We know
The
me.
skits, yeah.
I
The skits are
take
pretty
3
funny.
clips from YouTube.
Right.
And I showed him so many guests. Nick goes, oh, here it comes. Watch.
Yep.
It's you got to see this, and it's Mickey Mouse.
It's either,
beating the
I was
shit
going
out
to
of
say, it's
the
either
Jonas
Mickey
Brothers.
or...
Oh, okay.
On South Park. You ever know what South Park is?
Okay. Yeah, I love South Park.
Oh, my God. So, Nick, last night I'm with him, and we got to talking. Here's how it had happened, everybody. He contacted me way back. I'm telling you, right when I started. It's probably in the beginning of December.
Right after that Vanity Fair piece.
Vanity Fair piece, exactly what they clicked it up. And it
So,
took me about 4
right
months
before
to
COVID?
get
COVID?
monetized.
Oh, okay.
What?
Right before COVID?
Yeah, it was before COVID. COVID hit in like April of 2020. And I started YouTube in November, right? Like you said, after the Vanity Fair, I kept getting these emails and these people saying, where's your other stuff? Then people started saying,
76 days? Yeah.
71?
Yeah, I was looking in the back end. It's like 76 days.
Well, that's about right.
Yeah.
So then what happened was we're in there and people go, man, where can we get your book? I think I told you I got to look at the Vanity Fair piece. Where can we get your book? They want $200 online. I said, who wants $200 for my book? I want the $200.
Oh, on
Give it to you
eBay?
$150. That's a deal.
Yeah.
No, what I did was I own the book. It's a book.
Yeah.
It's all, it used to be in Barnes & Noble. We have to keep up. I had a distributor. I ended up saying, wait a minute, I'm getting back into business. And I put the book up for $20 for the first round. Now it's only $23, $25, but whatever it is. And it's a bestseller. So it's a really, you got to read it. I gave you a digital version. You got to read
PDF.
it.
I'm definitely going to check it out.
So I have Jeremy Normandy.
There you go.
Normandy
You
here.
got it.
Jeremy here. And the reason why I got to talk with Jeremy, and believe it or not, everybody, I talked to him from 11:30, maybe 11 something at night till 5 in the morning. And Nick, I did not know where the time. I know I could talk. That's what I do for a living. But I don't know where the time went. I swear to you.
Yeah, no, I do that. I do that all the time. Like, oh my God, I've been on the phone with someone for 2-3 hours, and I'm like, that's crazy.
And I think that is because, first of all, he was in the same compound I was. He was in how do they call it? They just call it camp?
They call it the satellite camp.
Right. Oh, for any penitentiary has them, yeah. Penitentiaries have camps because they're not going to let the guys like us out there.
Edgefield now is it's a FCI, so it's a medium now, but it's the medium and then the camp.
Yeah, every penitentiary has one. That's why they put it. And when they dropped it, they're going to keep it there. You want to talk about a scam, Nick? You know the state I hate? What state do I hate the worst?
The one with the roads?
South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
South Carolina is where Edgefield is.
Is that where Ian was?
No. Ian was, I think, in. I think he might have been. He was up north. Fort Dix. Yeah,
Fort Dix. That's what he said.
So another place I could never go to, of course, too low. So he. Nick knew I was going to start messing with him, but Ian. So what were we doing? What was I going to ask you? What was he talking about?
You're talking about Edgeworth or what's it called? Edgefield. I don't know. Ask him his experience.
What were we talking about? No. We're going to ask him a lot.
Let's shift it
the reason
over
I want to
here.
ask you a couple of things is, let me tell you the first thing. We started talking. He was talking to Israel. Actually, Jeremy wanted to talk to me beforehand because he had his problems and he's open about that. But he's changed his life. He got caught with a little drugs. He got put no violent offense, nothing kids. He's a stand-up guy, and now, obviously, he got out of prison very fresh. Right? When did you get out?
September 8th.
Wow, 4 months ago.
Yeah.
How you feel?
I feel great. It's like you feel like a whole new person getting out. Granted, I wasn't in the places you were, the amount of time by any means or anything like that, but
what we're going to talk about, because you went to some of the places I was at.
When you walk out in the parking lot, when you get released, I felt like I was a little kid in Disneyland, and I'm looking around and I'm like, this is just a freaking parking lot.
Now, you got sentenced to 36 months, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got sentenced 36.
Okay, so you did a couple of years or whatever.
I did total 16 months total time served. I was going for 15.
Inside. And then you have paper for how long?
3 years, 36
You know,
months.
that sucks. Because when you're on
the
paper, you can't
sucks.
leave the middle district of Florida. You have to have permission.
Luckily, you can go around the middle district, which you can go to Tampa. I can
Yeah,
go
but
to
that's you're
Jacksonville,
just
Daytona.
you're telling something wrong because yes, you can, but you think it's the middle district. It's weird. I can't go to Sebastian. I can't go.
Yeah, because it ends in
Right,
the end of
the
Brevard
bridge.
County, all East Coast, all the way to Miami. But you can kind of go to Miami if you go to West Coast and go all the way south.
Still can't go across.
Yeah, you can't go across.
Right.
Just that little bottom section, the bottom right section of Florida can't do it.
So
This is sounding a little sketchy.
it is really sketchy.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, it's
the
weird.
lady says you.
They
First of all,
purposely make the rules like really like a
No, that's
fine
just the way
line.
they cut up the federal districts. That's what it goes. There's 20. I think 20 in the Florida. 20 judicial districts in the Florida. But federally, I don't know.
There's only 3 districts.
Three districts. I'm talking 20 state attorneys.
Oh, okay.
That's 20 in the state. You'd think there'd be more with all the 67 counties. But some, like our state attorney handles Seminole County and Brevard County
Right.
for law.
I remember you saying you went to Seminole County. I went to Seminole County.
I've been to
too.
Seminole County. They took me out of the halfway house. Did you go to the Oh, you didn't have to go to a
I
halfway
didn't go
house.
halfway house.
I went to the I was the first person in the halfway house in Orlando.
Okay.
And they didn't know what they were doing. And this little
I don't think they still
28-year-old
do.
piece of garbage, this little 28-year-old piece of garbage, he's talking to me like I'm 12. I'm 46 years old, just left rough prison. I looked at him. I said, who the fuck you think you're talking to? I'll come in there. I'll fucking choke you, you fucking. He runs in. He locks his door. People go, man, you get fuck you people. I didn't care. Sure enough, 30 minutes later, the marshal's van comes up with Lars Lawton against the wall.
How long did you have to be in there?
I go, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, you know, this is going to happen. We know. I said, you know what he said to me? He goes, you don't even have to tell me he's an idiot. You're not getting charged by the government, but we got to get you out of here. So you go into county jail. I had 3 months left. I said, go to county jail. They have people. And I'm like, I could be an ornery inmate. And I said, listen, lady, I'm not staying here. I don't go back to the penitentiary. So either get, because I'm on the felony pod. These kids are all stressed. You know how it is in a county jail. So I ended up,
like crazy.
They ended up for only 4 weeks by the time the transfer happened. I go back to Coleman, my old prison. I walk into the prison, and guys.
So you're there for 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
In a county
and
jail?
then I got out, and there was no paper. I had 48 hours to check in.
Wow. Did you go to Coleman 1 or Coleman 2?
I was Coleman 1 first.
Wait, you got off papers?
Paper is like the government holds you under parole. They used to call it parole. It's not
So
probation.
if you get sentenced to, like, let's say, like, I got 36 months and then 36 months of paper, if you violate, you technically, they're giving you a 6-year sentence.
Yeah.
So you're getting,
Right.
so you mess up, you know, like if I mess up right now, I'll have to go back and, I mean, I'll still get good time or whatever, but I'll have to do the rest of my 36 months.
Or whatever his end date is. Sometimes it's not as much, you know, whatever their end date.
But they can early terminate with that too. If you have, like, I was on the ankle monitor for a year, I had no infractions while I was in prison. And then, you know, once I finished the probation thing out, my lawyer can contact the judge and say, listen, this guy did everything he's supposed to do. Can we end it early or whatever? And she can sign off. I mean, because, I mean, I'm sure if you don't know, the federal judge, like you said, they're God. They have more power than anybody.
We talked for, I told you, we talked for 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is, even everybody should know that. Like, I did 144 months plus 3. Now, a lot of people, paper is real bad, Nick. I mean, especially, they got to go in for piss tests. And I was under organized crime probation. So I had a special monitor. The guy at the head of the old office took care of me.
Right.
And so, you know, when he screws up, what do? He ain't going to write himself up or anything like that, you know. And let me tell you how bad they were. I got out and I was in great shape. And I belonged to a Health First gym that was right here on Babcock. And I told you, I never, ever, in all my time, Jeremy, slept past 6 o'clock a.m. When the doors, because we had doors, the doors cracked and locked them.
Well, I've heard in higher security, like you can't sleep in.
Well, you can't, you don't want it because you'll get killed.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit different. We're going to talk about your place and mine. That's what
Yeah,
we're going to do a video on it too, Nick. Remember, you want a pen? You'll get something.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to do a video on it after this, if you don't mind.
Yeah, because I got pictures and everything.
Oh, I know. You showed me
showed you
something. First of all, listen to this, people. So, now, mind you, I wanted him, and we're doing a specific video on the difference between going to prison in the 2020s plus or 1990s. So, 30-year difference. I went away in 96.
Wow, okay.
So, that's 17 years ago. And I'm a statistical success. And what I want to do with you, and you notice I told you that, is do a study.
Right.
And take a guy, average sentence, made a mistake, first-time offender, what's his odds of going to be going back? And we're going to do some interviews. We're going to do it's going to be a good
I'm
project.
sure all that stuff plays a factor, like 2-parent household, race. Like
Absolutely.
all that kind of
But
stuff.
I think it's more than that. And I have a
I
whole
think so.
program for this. People don't know. Nick is also a product of a bad, like me, he was a scumbag too, selling shit. He was a bad kid. And everybody knows already. Yeah. That's why I told you about Nick. I want people who work with this team.
Scumbag was harsh. Damn, man. Wow.
I said, I want the people who work here to be people who made their mistakes.
That one resonated a little
If you
late.
ever
I was
but-
cutting the tags off of mattresses. I was out of control.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I lost it. I lost it.
I was down deep.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to do that study, but you have a unique story. Tell the people what you did to go to prison. And explain what happened, because it's different than when I went, of course. I know the law, so it's different.
So like what the crime was, all that kind of stuff, now that I can actually talk about it, that it's all over with. So I got my charge. I had 3 charges in the beginning. It was conspiracy to possess cocaine with intent to distribute. Then it was possession of 2 kilos of cocaine and illegal use of two-way communication device. So they said if I pled guilty, they would throw away the possession charge and the phone charge and only go after only go after the conspiracy, because from all the people that I saw, pretty much, I wouldn't say everyone, but I'd say like 95+% are in for conspiracy. So, but
I'm the only man who ever got a RICO, which is really conspiracy.
The organized crime.
I'm the only man on my case.
That doesn't even make sense.
No, look it up.
Okay, organized crime, that means there has to be more people. Yep. Conspiracy.
Only one.
Conspiracy is
2 or more.
Is 2 or more people agreeing to break the law and making an act towards it.
And nobody's reporting it if they got out of the conspiracy.
Right.
Like if you got out of it, we're sitting here talking about robbing a bank, and then we're going to do it tomorrow, and you go to the police and say, hey, they're going to go rob a bank. Now, if they get us first, I'm going to kill you. If they get you first, but no, that's what I got that with no co-defendant.
That's crazy.
The reason they did that, there was a man named John Rodriguez. Nick, we have a couple of jokes in the studio. I think one is going to be what, BB gun Nick? We'd have to call that one. Mm-hmm. The BB gun one and the John Rodriguez one. But I'm here to say I'm a lucky man. So you went to Edgefield. Mm-hmm. When you were arrested, you showed me a video your girlfriend did at the time.
Yeah.
And the video had you being thrown on the floor, whatever, all the bullshit when they get you.
I didn't get the full SEAL Team 6 like I heard, you and pretty much everyone else. It was one guy about my height. I'm not very tall. I'm like 5'7".
He came. He goes, I can't run. Can you just come on out?
he pulled up. I was leaving to go to work, and me and my girlfriend were leaving at the time. And minivan pulls up, guy hops out, gun, get on the ground, blah, blah, blah. I put my hands up. I'm like, dude, you got to show me some identification. I don't know who you are. Oh, I'm the police. You can't read. Bro, I'm like, bro, I can buy your whole freaking get up on eBay. I'm like, show me a badge or something.
That's a Nick.
So, he's like, oh, this has to do with Texas, this and that. So this is in 2021.
Now this is during COVID.
Yeah, this is during COVID. So, wow. But I'll even go back to the whole thing. So I sold drugs for a little bit, and my connection, he got murdered, and he introduced me to this Mexican guy. The Mexican guy came to my house 3 times, and he was like, hey, the prices are getting better. Do you want to go to Texas? I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. The guy, our mutual friend just got murdered, on double homicide out of Port St. John. So I'm like, I said, nah, I really don't.
That's right here in Brevard County.
Yeah, you can actually look it up too. Type in double homicide Port St. John. So anyway, that was like my connection or whatever. So he gets murdered. He introduced me to this Mexican guy that does construction work. He remodeled my condo. So the guy comes to me, he says, yo, the prices are cheap. Do you want to go to Texas, this and that? I said, nah, I'm good, man. Dude got murdered. I don't think I want anything to do with it. So a couple weeks goes by. He comes back again. What's up, man? You want to go? The prices are better. I said, nah, man, I'm good. So he comes again for the 3rd time. I got all my people asking me, oh, come on, man, we need to get money, this and that. Blah. So I said, all right, whatever. I'll go.
Power of persuasion.
I said, whatever. I'll go out there one time and do it. I said, I'm going to go and do it, make sure it's cool. And I said, I'll hook you guys up with it. It's your thing. I'm out the game. I want to quit. I feel like I've done it long enough. I've made enough money. I'm good. So sure enough, he sets up this meeting. I go to Tampa to go talk to these Mexican guys. Mind you, they don't speak English. The guy I'm talking to speaks broken English. So everything that was said through the whole entire thing. Now, this is unbeknownst to me. I don't realize this. I drive all the way to Tampa to go and talk to these guys on the other side of Florida. And I'm in a Lowe's parking lot. And so if you do the video, I can actually show you some of the discovery and all that stuff. So they had helicopter footage from like what seemed like 20 miles away from like a satellite or something. They're like super far. They got helicopter footage. They got this angle talking to me. They got this angle, that angle, audio, video, full color, 4K. I mean,
you were caught in 4K?
Yeah, I was caught in Fort Worth.
I was on Florida's Most Wanted. They did a reenactment of one of my robberies.
Ugh. It's like that brings back like chills thinking about the whole thing, because like at the time you don't really think anything of it, but once you see that discovery, you're like, holy shit, this is what they know. Because at first, you know, you don't know what they know, so you don't want to say you don't want to say anything anyway, but you don't know what they know. So anyway, we worked this deal out or whatever to go pick up a couple kilos out of Dallas, Texas. So
2 kilos. Who goes anywhere for 2 kilos?
well, so you got to think this is the first time I'm dealing with this guy,
No,
right?
I'm glad.
And they won't they won't come to me. So I was dealing with the lieutenant from the Sinaloa cartel. They won't come to me, and I even said there's video. I have video. I'm like, what's up, man? I'll give him extra. I'll pay you extra. I don't want to drive to Texas. I'm not doing that. So me and my buddy drive to Texas, and we get a hotel.
You're not going to do it. I'll give you extra, but now me and my buddy go to Texas.
Yeah. So, well, and it's like a whole month goes by, and I'm like, damn, I really don't want to do it. You know, I'm like, fuck it, man. I'm like, I've been doing this forever. Whatever happens, happens, you know? So it was like, I just had so much, and I don't want to blame it on anyone. It was me. I can't blame it on anyone at the end of the day, but there was, you know, I'm dealing with a bunch of people. Come on, man. I'm hungry, man. I need money, this and that, you know, all this stuff. So like I said, I was going to go do it one time, make sure everything's legitimate. So we go out there, I go to the house, I go look at the kilos, I buy them, we're driving, we leave, we're heading back to the hotel. Well, we end up getting pulled over. We pull off the side of the road, cop comes over.
A regular highway?
Yeah, he was in an unmarked car, but he was part of the narcotics division. Which
I'm saying, if it was a state trooper, you'd think differently, but right away, it's an unmarked car.
Yeah, so he's like, you know, I'm part of the narcotic division, this and that. So my buddy's driving. He pulls him out of the car and he asks, you know, you got any weapons in the car or anything? Well, I have my concealed weapons license. I got, you know, I got a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380 in the door panel of my car, registered to me, all
Just
legal.
one?
Yeah, concealed weapon, everything. And I got these 2 kilos in the car.
But did the driver have a record?
He had been arrested before, but that's not what they already knew. They already knew ahead of time the whole entire jig.
What I'm saying is they could have busted him on possession of a firearm. Of course, you had it in.
Yeah, so
they
ended up not charging me for the gun. They just gave me a 2-point gun enhancement, which is like an additional like 12 months or whatever. So
that you got lucky, because you know what, a gun charge is 5 years for the first one.
I know, and thank God.
20.
Thank God they didn't charge me with that. Thank God. So I don't know how the whole thing works. What separates a gun charge and a 2-point gun enhancement? Who determines that? Like, what is
The U.S. attorney.
Okay.
I mean, they could charge you, like, they charged you with the boatload usually, and then they use them for negotiating tactics. I beat my gun charge. They charged me with a 924C, which is felon in the possession of a firearm during a crime.
Wow.
But I beat it because I didn't have a gun. I had a BB gun. They never found a gun on me.
Right.
So I actually threw 5 or 6 guns in one of the rest stops pond in the middle. The FBI sent divers to go get it. This is years later. And I told them, listen, I don't like guns. I'm not a gun guy.
Now, did you have to say that did your lawyer tell you to say that?
No, at this point, I fired my lawyer.
Okay.
He's the one who asked Missy for more money.
So were you not going to tell him about the guns at first, but then when you figured out how to beat it, you were like,
Exactly.
Okay. Let me tell
If
him
not,
where
I got
those
5
guns
guns
are.
I'm selling.
Yeah.
But I knew exactly where I put them. You know, I mean, I couldn't have told you what spot, but I knew there's only ever, because I used to do this trip all the time from Fort Lauderdale all the way to New York with the jewels. So it was like Florida's a great state to drive. Got great rest stops and stuff like that. A lot of stuff. Don't go to South Carolina, piece of garbage.
Oh God! If you can drive around it,
Yeah, I mean, the
pretty
road.
awful.
same as me now, knowing what I will never drive through Texas ever. If I'm going to California or something, I will drive.
Oh, because of drugs.
Not even that, just the amount of people that I saw getting pulled over after I went to jail and got bonded out and I was going home. I saw like 5 or 6 cars at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. Just whole families out getting all the stuff in their car ripped out with like 8 or 9 cops around. Dallas is crazy.
The fascist pigs.
Oh yeah.
So this all happened in 2021.
No, this happened in 2017.
17, I remember that, yeah. Now you get bond. How much was your bond?
So, yeah, I get arrested. They find the drugs. They take me and my buddy in the interrogation room. I've never been to jail or anything remotely like this. Mind you, we're from, Melbourne. That's not a very big town or whatever. So I'm thinking, oh, my God, what have I got myself into?
Boring?
Yeah, Mel Boring. So I go, the freaking jail in Dallas, Texas is like 2 15-story buildings next to each other. It's right through Dealey Plaza where JFK got shot. So we get interrogated for 4 or 5 hours. I end up going to jail. I get bonded out, $100,000 bond. I'm calling my girl from the jail, and I'm like, hey, you need to bond, like get me out of here. So they do the arraignment or whatever for your bond hearing, and they say, possession of controlled substance, cocaine, more than 400 grams, $100,000 bond.
They just said that. Was it standard there?
I guess, because I asked the detective, the special agent, whatever, walking in. I said, so how does this work? Do I get bond? Like what? He goes, well, Dallas is a fucking joke. You're probably gonna get out of here on a $100,000 bond, and you got a Rolex on. Judging by that, yeah, you'll be out of here in a couple hours. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I didn't know how it works when you're out of area or whatever, because the state originally charged me, but it was a DEA investigation from the get-go. So,
man, you wish it was the state.
Yeah, but I've heard bad things about Texas though. So
don't matter. You can't win in the state feds.
Yeah. So anyway, they tell me the $100,000 bond. I'm like, oh man, I got to put my condo up. I got the money to put up for bond and all this other stuff. So my people are calling bond people in Texas, but nobody will do it. They want normally it's 10%, 10 grand.
You didn't have a bond guy in the state you lived in?
I didn't know any of this at the time. I had to call, I know
other criminals. You were a rookie criminal.
Well, as far as getting caught goes, because, I made 15 years without any kind of...
But none of your friends were arrested or anything?
So I said, listen, call this person. I said, they've been through this prison thing. They know how this shit goes. So we called them. We got the bond, this and that, whatever. So I get bonded out. And thank God my lawyer that I had here that did my divorce years ago, I knew him. He just so happened to be in Dallas, Texas at a Cowboys game. So I get out of prison.
What was his name?
Greg Crutchfield. So he's like a divorce attorney or whatever. He's like up in Rockledge. So anyway, he just so happens to be out there. And I only had like $30 in my pocket. So by the time when you go into jail, they take money from you so you can buy commissary and all that stuff. So I think I had $17 by the time, because I bought a little bit of food. I was there for like 3 days. I got arrested on Wednesday morning at like 11 a.m. And then I didn't get out till Friday at like 12 o'clock at night.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you bought a little food?
So how it works there, if you have cash on you when you go in, they take it, they automatically charge you for being in jail. They put it
on your books though.
Yeah, but they put it right on your books, the remainder. So I was like, I've never been to jail. I'm like, dude, can't eat this food. What the hell is? They had this giant corn called homel. I'm like, what the fuck is homel? I'm like,
prison food. Yeah, man.
I said, dude, I don't know
the
anything.
Worst.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it. It was like Jello. It was terrible. So yeah, I buy a couple ramens, whatever. The guys are
the staple.
Exactly. Yeah, ramen. If you go to jail, you're gonna. I almost wanted to get a ramen tattoo. So, yeah, really, that's literally all you live off of.
It's funny when you said that, and you get arrested, you get a bond. Mm-hmm. Most people realize, they'll say, everything has a bond, actually, except you have to have a hearing, a bond hearing, but certain crimes are statutory. Like if you get a DUI right here, they don't even, it's an automatic $500 bond.
Right.
You get out, $500 and you're out, you go home. Like if you got arrested, you just call me, they let you dry out, for X amount of hours.
A lot of times they do like a ROR or something?
No, it's not a ROR, it's $500.
Okay.
I don't know if it's paperwork or whatever you do. It's some way to get money, you know that. In some way the system is so broke. But there's only two reasons you can't get bond, and that's if you're a threat to the community,
right,
or you're a flight risk. That's it. Mm-hmm. Now, it'd be hard to say you're a threat to the community, nonviolent. Right. And mine was a little easier because I was going to get it. Because my lawyer gets up and says, Your Honor, Mr. Lawton has been client for years. He went to New Jersey. He had a case. He was on bond. He made every hearing in New Jersey. He has a family. His 15-month-old daughter. He has a 7-year-old son. He's a pillar of the community. I had letters from Jack, the mayor of my town, all the bullshit, the guys I owned. So anyway... that's why I'm going to teach somebody a quick law lesson. Up jumps the U.S. Attorney's Federal. I knew it was big. And she said, no, Your Honor, this man is involved in organized crime. He's involved in a jewel ring from here to New York. And there's other things investigated. My head hit my hand because my thought was, if I can get bond, I'm jumping, man. I'm quick. I'm flying. I'm getting out of this country. I'll figure out a way to pay the bond because my dad was going to put up, whatever I needed.
And you want to know what you're looking at too. Like,
see, people always will waive or get that bond hearing because you can ask questions whenever you get a chance to ask any official something under oath because it's under oath. It's in a courtroom. Don't ever, man. I've seen them just mess up, not even thinking about whose case it is, and it come back. Well, I wasn't thinking of. They call that a scribbleless error. No, judge said, you guys don't have a great crack record. He told that to the U.S. attorney.
wow.
And the guy got it. He won his motion. I won my motion to dismiss my 924C. If I don't win that, I never see daylight. I never see daylight. So I was a happy camper. I'm a guy who got 144 months. Yeah, man. Yeah. People look, he's a little whack.
Isn't that crazy that, like, once I got sentenced and the judge told me, she went under my guidelines. Like, my guidelines were 57 to 71 months. And the prosecutor was the government was asking for 60 months. That's what they were recommending. And that's what they're asking for. When she told me 36 months, I almost wanted to jump up on the table and, cheer.
Good feeling.
Yeah, I was like, why am I so happy? I'm like, dude, I'm about to go to jail. I'm about to go to prison for 3 years. I'm like, why am I so happy about this?
Yeah, I know, me too. I thought, wow, I just lost from 34 to whatever. And man, the best years of your life is like, oh my gosh, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And they can do whatever they want. You can thank a case called Blakely versus Washington is the case that I was a part of. Other people, a lot of people used the case after. The initial case, it used to be that the judge can't go outside the guidelines unless they had extenuating circumstances.
Okay.
Rule 35, post-conviction, 5K1, motions for medical.
My judge gave a reason for going outside the guidelines.
Yeah, they don't even have to now.
So with mine, I was, we were talking about other like multiple kilo deals or whatever, but it never made it to that because the DEA got me in Texas
Thank
before
God.
it went any further.
Really?
Which honestly, thank God they did because next time it just would have. It could have been a lot. If they would have waited like 2 months, it would have been like ridiculous.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it would have been way worse. Thank God. Thank you, U.S. government, for doing that like that. I appreciate it.
Me too. Thank the government get me.
Yeah.
Actually, fate or luck.
Yeah.
Because if I would have did the robbery in the down on the Fontainebleau Hotel, it was called the H. Stern Jeweler. If I did that, and we were going to strap dynamite to the owner and keep his wife and kids hostage, and if I did that, that's no statute of limitations. And I didn't do it. That was a fantasy. That's what I say. It was so long ago. But no, what happened was there's a case that came out, Blakely versus Washington. It's the state of Washington, Blakely. Mm-hmm. And he won the case, and he made the sentencing guidelines unconstitutional. We won so many cases after that, Jeremy. Jailhouse lawyer. And we won a lot of cases because our argument was if it's unconstitutional today, why wasn't it unconstitutional 10 years ago, 20 years ago? It makes no sense. I mean, if you want to be just, you want to be fair.
I have a thought on how they do the sentencing because, the federal judges, they have so much power. It's just ridiculous. And I know they confer with other ones, but I almost think that for them to sentence someone for for something like that, they're taking your freedom away. They're taking your whole life away. Yes, you broke the law, but it shouldn't be, okay, let's say a judge has a bad day or something like that.
But I'd rather it have that.
I'm saying, but why don't they take 3 judges, three different...
You would, the system is clogged down anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not one of the ways to fix it. The problem, I like the system where see what they used to do is they take a guideline and say, okay, you're in between, I'm just going to give a number, 24 to 48 months. That's right. Any way to judge. Judge couldn't go outside the line unless they had extenuating circumstances like a 5K1, Rule 35, medical, a lot of different ones. People think, I got the boss, it's rat. No. But anyway, so what they did was they took the power out of good judges' hands to say, this kid needs a break. Give him, and the reason why they were worried, they did that because people said, well, no, it's only fair because then they can do the other way and you won't get screwed. No. See, what happens is, first of all, because of the educational level of most people incarcerated, federal is a little different. But it's still, that's not how you can do it. You have to we give judges, federal judges, they are appointed for life. Life.
Yeah, they can't. I don't even think they get fired.
You could get on your stairs naked outside and whack off. You ain't getting impeached.
No.
Because you have to be impeached. And if you got one guy up there, well, I'm a Republican and we do that, or I'm a Democrat, it's allowed. Because I hate politics. But
Agree.
So my thing is, I want judges to have the leeway to look at you and say, what? Because they both give their recommendations. They have a PSI. We all know that. You know how it works. They do an investigation. Let everybody know.
You're talking to the side, right?
Oh,
You know.
we have they have a PSI, which is a pre-sentence investigation. You know what it is, of
Yeah.
course.
Did that? It's like 3 hours long. They ask you like
3 hours. Mine was 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh. What, did you ever get grounded when you were a kid? Like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I haven't thought about this in 30 years.
I walked out on that part. I did. And the lady goes, well, I'm going to put what I want. I said, I don't give a fuck what you put. I thought I was going away for life.
They said, yeah.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have. That's like I've made 2 major mistakes in my life. A lot of major mistakes.
That PSI is really important though, because my lawyer was stressing that. She said that is and shout out to my lawyer, by the way. I interviewed like 4 different lawyers. I went with the public defender. Best decision I ever made. I couldn't have got a better lawyer. This lady could have charged $10,000 an hour. She was that good.
You know, it's funny because you said that.
Her name's Sylvia Irving.
Okay, you know whose office that is?
She's
That's
out of the
Blaze Tredis.
I don't know. I just know
Blaze
her.
Tredis is the public defender for the 18.
Okay.
He's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
And I love the guy. He's a crazy guy. I love him. He's a good guy.
She is such a good lawyer. I mean, I talk to so many people in jail that are like, oh man, you got sentenced already. That's not your lawyer anymore. That's not your lawyer anymore. Really? That's crazy because after I got sentenced, I had 4 conversations with her. She came and visited me in the county jails.
That's because she wanted you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, like.
No, I mean, like, wanted you.
Yeah. But it was, so the whole thing was crazy. People just, that's not your lawyer anymore, whatever, right? So
You should know that's my girl.
Yeah, it's my girlfriend now. Leave her alone.
Nah, but I mean, honestly, man, I wish I could give her the biggest hug every day. I owe her my life for sure. She
When you get
tirelessly-
settled, a suggestion, meaning settled, you're only out for a few months right now.
Yeah.
Getting working, getting steady, you got your place.
Right.
You were lucky in a lot of ways.
Oh, for sure.
Send her a dozen roses with a note, and I'll bet you that will blow her away. And it gives ex-cons good names.
Yeah, she. I mean, I did phone meetings with her. She kept working and doing everything she could, all post-sentencing stuff. Like, I mean, she did the most. So can't thank her enough.
Let's get back to your case. I want to give someone, you got caught because the guy who rebottled, that Mexican who introduced you to this whole thing.
Yeah.
Was there any case for a setup, illegal entrapment?
No, and that's one of the questions I had that me and my attorney, we took to the prosecutor, and they said, what are you talking about? I said, so on paper right now, I said, this is what it looks like. It says, I just went to Tampa and had a meeting about buying these kilos of cocaine. How did that whole talk about that meeting get established? Well, we don't have to tell you shit. That's what they told me.
The feds have a
And they do
lower
what they
threshold for discovery, but I mean, once set down, and the worst thing that even the state, the Fed district or you, is to lie to a federal judge. I mean, really, and they catch you in a lie, it's over.
Oh yeah, yeah. You lie to them, and
they are God.
The best thing you could
swear
say to
to
them.
God.
My lawyer said, she said, if they ask you a question and you don't want to lie and you don't want to tell them the truth, I can't recall.
Yeah.
So
When that judge looks like this, you're screwed.
Yeah.
But so you ended up now. The reason I want to ask, now we're going to talk about prison, everybody.
Shoot the mic back a little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about prison right now. So whatever time it is, I want to compare. Because a couple of things you said to me. You remember how shocked I was last night?
Yeah. You were like, what? Get out of here.
I had a great time talking with Jeremy because the general part of prisons, obviously he's in a camp and I'm in a penitentiary, so I'm worried about my life more. But the basic stuff is the same. I mean, and when I say basic, I mean you're still confined.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks, oh, you're in the Fed. You get to have a TV. No, you don't.
No,
No
they don't
federal
have that.
prison. Oh, you're in the Fed. They have a golf course. No, they don't.
No.
Bullshit. In fact, they took your weights off your yard, correct?
Yeah, there was no weights there. It was just like lower body cardio stuff.
That is why, because it was that incident I told
Yeah,
you
it was
about.
crazy. It's a camp, and here's the thing about the camp. I could have got a job and applied to go do landscaping in downtown Edgefield with no guard. They don't send a guard out there with you. Like, I mean, you're so low security. If it was
What?
any lower, you'd be home. That's
You know what they
used to
say? Oh, you want to run? Go ahead. You're going to Atlanta. But I ain't running. That's right. They tell you that.
Yeah, you can't. The only person I ever saw attempt to escape, and I put that in quotation marks.
Wait. I'm going to stop you. If you attempt to escape at a camp and you don't escape, you're a moron.
Okay, so the guy was high on K2 and his boyfriend broke up with him. Or he went home. I'm sorry, he didn't break up with him. His boyfriend went home, and like the next day he was so down about it, he smoked a bunch of K2 and jumped the fence, and it was like a Benny Hill skit. He was running around the parking lot, and there was like 4 guards chasing him.
That is funny.
But, yeah, it was ridiculous.
Now, did they then send him to a low?
I don't know what they did with him. He was in the shoe for a while. He was in the shoe when I went home, and it was probably like 2 months before that. So
we're talking to a young man, guys, out there that just got out. Again, congratulations, you're out. I love to see that. I think you're going to do good in this world. You're young enough. I tell everybody, I'm 35. I was 46. Mm-hmm. You know, the only thing I had was my word, which was what survived me. But, so you told me, now I tell people how the prison system is. Listen to this, Nick. I almost hit the ceiling. I want to go tell these convicts, go fuck yourself. You guys. I don't want to say that. Anybody in there listening knows I support you as I have people in prison. You know, Paulie, my friend, has, what did he say, Nick?
97.
97 prisons he has contacts in. He does law.
Wow.
97 prisons.
That's great. Yeah,
all the way to Puerto Rico, the feds.
Yeah.
But you told me yesterday that they don't make you pay for phone calls.
Not anymore. Since COVID, it used to be, from what I've understood, it was like you only get 300 something minutes a month.
300.
You pay for the phone calls. Now since
and
COVID,
it was listen to this. It was, I think, $3.95 for 15 minutes. Now they added up $4 every 15 minutes. And
that adds up.
And you can't make a call once your call's done. You have to wait an hour to do another call. And that all happened because of that incident I told you about in the penitentiary when a guy was.
Yeah, because people would sit there and hold the phone up. Yeah.
So I don't think, you know me, I was all over the place yesterday.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I went there and I was telling him, we talking about the phone. I said, Christmas morning, this guy gets on the phone. Never forget it. He's on the phone. He has 2 phones in Atlanta. He's up there like I am now, legs up on like the fence there. He's rapping. Now there's a lineup. Everybody wants to call their family.
Yeah.
Penitentiary, mind you. Guy hangs the phone up. His phone's called because it shuts off.
Right.
Back then, you could pick the phone up and call.
Yeah, as an hour. Yeah.
The guy picked the phone up and made a phone, disrespecting everybody on that line. Some guy, not the next guy, was a couple back. See him walk off the line. Totally. Comes back. I know him. He's a psychopath. Gets up and comes back. Bam, bam, bam. He starts stabbing the guy on the phone. The guy's screaming. He's getting hit. Bam, bam, bam. Falls out. Guards right, not far. Guards, lockdown. That's, they freak out, especially with the stabbings and shit. And first thing I do, of course, is run for the ice machine. So I get ice for myself. And if you go to the store, man, which people don't understand, you are a hustler too. I'm gonna talk about hustling.
A little bit,
yeah. Yeah. He had a
nothing crazy. But
no, you're a hustler. That's one thing. The difference is in a penitentiary, it's a very respectful. If you bump into somebody,
I'm sorry, excuse
me. There's the only place you think, we're all animal. You bump into me, you better say excuse me, otherwise I'm starting to plot your murder. Really?
Yeah.
Remember yesterday you told me about guys walking down the hall. Mm-hmm. In the penitentiary, I remember first, I was in Rikers years ago. Man, I'm aging myself. But you walk down a tier in a penitentiary, you don't even look into a cell because you'll see a guy fucking a guy shooting heroin, whatever's going on. And that guy's thinking, Lawton, he's going to steal my, or Lawton's going to, he knows where I hid my dead. Now, this guy's psycho already. So what is he going to do?
Start losing your mind in there.
No, he does. Yeah. And I don't even know I did anything. I didn't really even look at it.
Yeah, you're just walking and you just, it just some in the corner of your eye. It's like just, you have to, when you walk, just be like, don't look. And just keep saying
so
it.
You didn't have also, you had open dormitory style living.
Yeah, but still, when you're walking around, you don't want to be, like, I tell that.
I was going to ask that because in our prisons, when you go up to another person's cell, you literally don't walk in unless you have best friends or hang out.
Yeah.
You walk up to my cell, you want to talk to me, it's on the frame.
Right.
Hey, Lord, yeah, what's up, man? Come on. And you do your deal or whatever. How does that work in a camp?
So people, you're usually just wherever you're at doing, hey, where so-and-so's at? Oh yeah, he's out on the rec yard, whatever. So you go, you look out the window, whatever, you see him out there. Oh, okay. And you can just, they call it pull up on, I'm going to go pull up on, yeah, I'll pull up on you later or whatever. So, I mean, pretty much just any time, unless you're sleeping, like you don't want to go wake a guy up. That's like real disrespectful.
So people sleep just anytime?
I mean, you can sleep anytime as long as it's not during stand-up count. Doesn't matter. You can sleep all day.
Damn, I was in prison. They make your bed. You can't be laying down.
Now I've heard some camps are different, and the counselor at the camp that I was at, he's like an ex-military guy, and he's been at Edgefield for like 20, 30 years or something like that. I guess he just retired.
I have to know.
So he was his name was Battle.
You told me that. I think I know that name. I'm gonna ask Massey, my buddy.
Yeah, the guy was crazy. He's like 5 feet tall. And he'd stack up the chairs and, get everyone together. I'm 7 feet tall today. So, yeah, we're like, oh my God.
Let's have this guy's a guard.
Yeah. And the crazy is you think counselor. I'm like, dude, I would never tell this guy anything. Like, if I had any problems, but I guess that's not the kind of counselor.
No, okay. What he's saying is everybody gets a unit team, Nick. When you come to prison, you get a unit manager, a case manager, and a guidance counselor. They don't guide you to shit. They don't do anything with your case, and the unit manager's not screwing some guy and doesn't do anything.
We had a good case manager there. The guy's named Scheffler, and that guy did he did everything you could possibly do. He tries to get guys out of there. He does not want people sitting there. He's like, yeah, I'm going to put you in. I'm going to recommend this and that. Like, I mean, he really does his job good. I think we said it all the time. We're like, that's the only fucking guy that works here. Yeah. So.
I had a friend of mine who was on the show. Nick knows him. He's a doctor, Frank. Goes to prison for 3 months. Well, they don't throw you in the hole. They take your ID card. He told me that. And it was the last day on the prison. And he had no paper. So he goes and they does something, curses out to some, the last day. And people go, oh, you're going to the land. You're going to the hole. He goes, oh, really? Some guy goes, he ain't going anywhere. That guy's termed out. Yeah. He's termed out, and he told him, what are you going to charge him with cursing somebody out? Tell him to go keep your ID. You don't give a shit about your ID. They got to get you out, you know? And he told that story on the show, Frank. But you also told me, which always freaks me out, there's a ton of telephones in prison. Yeah. iPhones. Listen to, I'm sure iPads now.
They got technology. So,
listen to this, Nick. He used to watch YouTube every day.
Yeah, I'd watch your videos the whole time. And I think I might even comment on a couple of them.
Hey, I got to know how many people you think in prisons listen to my show?
I don't. In my opinion, I didn't see anybody listening to it. But then again, you don't really know what other people are doing on their phones. You're not like, hey, what are you doing on your phone? Or, I mean, this dude might be committing more crime on the phone or something.
That would be good, man.
But for the most part,
people use the phones for porn.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to imagine.
Yeah, okay,
right?
You imagine?
So, but what I would see a lot for sure is like you put magnets on the back of the phone. Everything's metal, all the beds, bunks, whatever, and the lockers and all that stuff. So you take the phone and just magnet on anything. And what you would see if you go in someone's room to go talk to them, 99% of the time, dude, they're just talking to their family. Because, You
mean they don't, when you... See, this
they're
is what's confusing.
They're just FaceTiming their family.
You're in a camp.
Yeah.
There's no room. You can't go in a room and close the door. Put a towel up over the door.
There's no privacy there.
Right.
The only time, if you really want privacy, they'll have like a mop closet or something like that. And if you just wait till real late at night when like almost everyone's in bed, like I would go and talk
2 in the morning.
Closet. Yeah.
You're allowed to walk up.
Dude, I'd put the phone away. I wouldn't go hide the phone until 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just like can't they know by waves length? Hey, we got 20 phones going, man. I'm telling you, they got us bad when I was a kid.
They would do raids. Sometimes they would do raids, and so the first like 2 weeks I was there, we got kicked out of the unit like 3 or 4 times, and they come in with the guards with the ladders. Oh, I'm good, thank you. So they come in with the guards, the ladders, and all that stuff, and then they'd come out with like bags full of cell phones, and they know they're there. And here was the crazy part. It didn't make sense to me why they would even bust people for phones there, because they usually wouldn't catch people with a phone. They would just catch phones like hidden places, right? So
was it at your hustle?
Yeah. So I'll get into that in a second. So they get like huge bags of cell phones or whatever. And this is the craziest thing. They'd go get 50 cell phones out of the unit, right? We'd go back in within 2 hours. Every phone they got, that person would be like, damn, my shit got hit. My phone got hit. 30 minutes later, you go by, they got the phone back up. They're sitting there FaceTiming their family again.
They just bought it back.
The guards would sell them back.
No, they wouldn't.
They would in some prisons.
Yeah, I'm sure some places, but like there, I didn't see any funny business going on with the guard. But then again, I didn't have a job. I wasn't really there that long, and if they were doing that, I was looking the other way. I wasn't trying to ear hustle people's conversations and stuff because you don't know what people got going on. They might be arguing with their girl or whatever, or their kids, or something crazy might happen. Their family might have died. So you don't want to sit there and like, you don't want to ear hustle. You just got to be respectful.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, look, man,
that's general courtesy, period.
Right, exactly. And it's crazy, man. A lot of people at the end of the day, they don't from what I understand, like at the camp, I've heard all people say like, man, there's just no respect at the camp. No respect at the camp.
You need a water?
I'm good, thank you, man. I got my drink right here. So,
have you watched 60 Days In?
Compared to what?
Have you watched 60 Days In?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on 60 Days In?
When I first got there, a couple of the older black dudes are talking. They were just kind of bullshitting me a little bit. They're like, "What you said you're in here for?" I got caught with a couple keys or whatever. Man, you 60 days in, man. You 60. That's and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, come on, bro. So,
that's awesome. Yeah, that's funny.
He said, "Motherfucker act like he want to run the compound. He's 60 days in." I'm like, dude, come on, man. But they're just, they're giving you shit. So
yeah.
First time offender, want to run the compound? No.
Yeah, no.
Now me, yeah. But so anyway, we're sitting in there and we talked. Him and I were talking, and he shows me. You want to piss me off now? He shows me a George Foreman grill. I says, "Are you kidding me?" We're gonna put these up, Nick. We're gonna do a video on this. Anyway, we're gonna do the comparing of prisons from '90s to 2020s. That 30-year span of difference is gonna be pretty cool. Because a lot of the things that he can't have, we either had and they were lost because of a guy got killed, like the weights. A guy got killed with a weight plate. I told you, cut his brain. Brains on the floor. Cigarettes. I was in prison when a carton of cigarettes was $1,000, sometimes $2,000
for a carton.
For one carton of cigarettes.
I've heard the cigarettes can go I've heard them being at the medium. They're sometimes they're $100 a cigarette for one.
Yeah,
Newport
you might be
100.
No, one pack.
Oh no, I'm saying $100 for one Newport 100.
Oh my god! They roll 5 rollies at it.
Right. I actually smoked a cigarette in Atlanta when I was there. No, county jails is I'm not saying you can't do it, but where I was at would have been, I was in the medical unit or whatever. It would have been impossible for you to be doing anything in there. Anyway, when I ended up finally getting the feds, I get transferred to Atlanta, and I smoked.
Now he says Atlanta, he means the holdover.
Yeah, the holdover Atlanta.
They wouldn't.
So,
they're not gonna put you.
Like I said, I didn't do big boy prison, but it is.
No, you're prison. I told you yesterday.
Prison
is prison. People think it's listen. Everyone in this room and most people will adapt. Whatever their skills are or social skills are, most people will adapt. Except that moron on 60 Days In, he threw that punch. You remember I did a video on him, Nick?
Yeah.
But anyway,
he didn't need to be there. That's for sure.
Oh, I pissed at the show. They exploited a mentally retarded kid.
You can look around when you go to jail. You can look around and be like, "This guy don't belong here."
Yeah.
And people even said it too, like, "Bro, what are you doing here? You don't belong here."
You should watch Love on the Spectrum.
Jeez.
It's crazy.
Don't
it's
start
crazy.
With this crap. Nick
it's Love on the
watches,
Spectrum.
we're going to talk about some personal stuff.
Literally, people gathered a bunch of autistic and Down syndrome young adults who've never dated before, and then they set them up on these dates.
If that's not
and just watch,
exploitation of the mentally handicapped,
it's so morally.
With today's cancel culture, they're not
it's so morally
it really is.
Yeah,
that's insane.
You want to talk about
and you can hear the cameraman egg on certain questions too that make him feel uncomfortable, or they'll be like, "Are you a virgin?" Blah, blah, blah. They're like, "Of course he fucking is." What the fuck? Of course he is. What's your extent on knowledge of sex?
Ceiling tiles,
yeah, literally.
Well, I did that too, and I'm not being challenged down in cinder blocks in the hole when you're there. How much would a telephone go for?
So cheapest phone you could get a Galaxy. I think it was A03s.
Look at this. What do you want?
Yeah,
not a phone.
Yeah,
I was about to say.
Do you want like
I want an iPhone.
Yeah, I want an iPhone
11. You want
the best. I want the iPhone 14.
iPhone 11 probably get you for like $800-900.
That's not bad.
I can't even get a 911 for that
I
now.
just paid $250 for iPhone XR for my mother.
Exactly. So yeah, I saw a couple. But honestly, you really don't want those because you got to keep in mind you're gonna lose this phone.
Yeah.
You got to just always think that you're gonna.
But
lose
I
this
will
phone.
bet there's people who got them.
Yeah, my buddy in there, he had a Galaxy S20. He lost it. 3 days later, had another S20.
How
So,
many people
Nick,
were
listen to
live
the-
streaming while you were in there?
We weren't live streaming, but like, I mean, it does happen every now and then, but like the main thing is you don't want to get seen on a phone because I saw one guy come in there. He was arguing with this girl. He just got there from a low. He'd been down like 5 years, right? He gets in there, argues with this girl, posts some pictures on Facebook or whatever. His wife, ex-wife, whatever, calls the prison,
Typical.
snitches on him, says, "Hey, listen, he's got a phone." They went and searched him,
What
didn't find
a
a phone. They
bitch.
said, "Well, show us proof." Okay, here's his thing of him taking selfies in the bathroom. SIS came up, 4 of them got, "Hey, pack out, you're going." Bam, never saw the guy again.
SIS is the investigators of a prison. They
Yeah,
actually have
they're
arrest
like the
powers.
real, like you have the cop, like they're like the normal cops, and
See,
then,
cops, people call guards cops. Yeah, I always
Yeah.
say, yeah. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, I mean, I've seen people get caught all like if they get one of your phones and you got a lot of time, like let's say you got like 5 years, they send it off to the FBI. The FBI runs it. If they look at one of the numbers that you called,
You know
that's
they
in your
don't do that. They
computer-
say they do that so they could scare the shit out of you. You think
I
they're
never saw
spending the
anybody
money
get caught.
to
I don't-
unless they have suspicion of something.
Now I can understand a higher security. Okay, you're at a penitentiary and you get a cell phone off of a high ranking like Latin King or Pisa or something like that. Yeah, the FBI is probably gonna want to run that and see what
You
they
know,
got
what
going
Pisces,
on.
but Pisces was not even a gang. It is now.
Okay.
Bices were formed because all the other all a Bicer is a regular Mexican who's not affiliated. So when they go to a prison, they join. They get approached by who's the Bices. Bices aren't MAs. They aren't Norteños, Sereños, Aztecs,
Right.
Border Brothers. There's none of them. All Mexican gangs. So what they did is they banded because they were getting shaken down by their own people. So they formed their own. It's called Bicer. Bicer means just friend or whatever. Bices.
Right.
And they became tough in Edgefield. Actually, I was in Edgefield when I saw that. They beat the shit out of one of these, like, 10 gang members of this gang.
Right.
I don't know which one it was. And the Bices got pissed because they had a crazy, just a regular crazy dude. That, he was the leader now. They beat the shit out of these guys, about 25 guys. And we're just sitting there and go, oh, it's going to be a good lockdown. Because you heard them tell it. They still tell you that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're locking down over there.
Yeah, sometimes they did this I think twice while I was there. At the medium, the higher security one that's like on the whole compound, like we're in the camp, they got the medium over there. Well, sometimes the lockdown would be so bad, like a riot or whatever, they'd lock them in and the guards would come over and they'd pick like 15 or 20 inmates to come out and they're like, you, let's go. You're going to the medium. You're making
Working.
chow. Yeah, you're working. So they'll take like kitchen workers, bring them over there because it's like whatever they had going on, it's so locked down.
Oh,
And what's crazy is sometimes like we don't know what's going on. Like you don't have a radio. The guards aren't going to tell you, hey, there's something going. 8 people got stabbed over there. They're not telling you that. But we're just hanging out, and then they come over the intercom. Everyone, total recall. Yard, total recall. Total. Lockdown,
it's coming.
Total lockdown. What the fuck? So everyone, go to your cube and sit there. You sit there for like 3 hours.
go to
They
the
come
cube.
around.
They can't lock you down. That's so funny.
You're stuck in the dorm.
But they have a pretty good, like, if you fuck up, you're going.
Atlanta.
You're going, dude. You're out of here.
Yeah,
So.
and when I first got there,
Yeah.
you got caught with a phone. They were shipping you, so you were going from the camp. They'd send you to Atlanta, and then they'd send you to a low, the higher security. But now, from what I hear, is it's costing too much money to do that, and they're just
Too many phones.
The pop you would have. Yeah, there's too many phones. They're popping you at phones, and then you go to the shoe for
Everyone's
2 weeks.
getting transferred.
We had a guard that was bringing
Who's not
heroin.
gonna be on a phone?
I mean, we had guards that were bringing heroin.
There's 125 people in the dorm. Probably 115 of them got phones.
Yeah.
that is crazy.
And the other the other 10 just can't get phones.
Well,
They're trying.
if I had a
They're
phone
trying.
back then,
They just don't
I
have
would've
one
said
yet.
People, and some people don't want it. Some people are like, I met a couple guys like.
I don't want to talk to my wife.
Put it like this, man. My silly, he had been down. He's already been down for 18 years. He got like a meth case. He got sentenced to 25. He'd been down for 18 years. He got sentenced. He'd been in prison since before the fucking iPhones came out.
Yeah,
before
he's not
smartphones
touching
came
a
out.
phone,
He
yeah.
never even held a phone in his hand.
Yeah.
I showed it to him, and he was like, I don't know nothing about this. I don't want to mess with it. I said, dude, watch
David.
this. I pulled up porn.
reminded me of,
porn.
yeah.
You gotta think this guy ain't seen porn. He's seen pictures of naked women, but he ain't seen porn.
Yeah.
So I pull it up on the phone.
You're like, what do you want? What do you want? That's your hustle.
Yeah, so I
You
hand him the
charged
phone.
him for a minute?
I said, check the phone. He's like, holy shit. He put some headphones in. He's like, within a week he had a phone. Now you can't live without it.
Hey, so you're in the penitentiary. I mean, in a camp.
Imagine you having a phone, Larry. Someone was like, here's some porn, dude.
I'd be on date, AFF, Adult Friend Finder.
Oh, that's what I was saying earlier, real quick.
You'd be
so you're not really
Right.
live streaming, but there's apps that you can use. Like we wouldn't really use Omegle, but there's another app called like
Oh,
Holla.
Omegle got shut down.
Okay,
It's
so
done
there's
for now,
Holla.
yeah.
What is it?
We'd have
What is
Holla, and it's kind of like a live,
Yeah.
like, it's just like
Chattable,
Omegle.
like.
Yeah, it's
Just-
just like chat roulette kind of thing. So
Why do
you
I know
that-
what Chattable is?
I don't know. I don't even heard of that.
Yeah.
No, it's like the chat roulette.
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay,
what he's talking
so,
about.
yeah,
Chat
it's
roulette.
essentially chat roulette, and I mean it was pretty cool. Like we have the phone set up, we're hanging out, we're
Yeah.
drinking, whatever, and
You're like,
people
that's
come
a
up.
dick. That's a
Did
dick.
you just hear this?
You're like, that's a dick. That's a dick.
Wait,
That's.
hey,
Oh, here's someone.
Hey, did you hear this, Nick?
Yeah,
Oh, we're hanging out drinking.
that's
I
funny.
mean, we did too, but we made.
We had a bottle. We had a bottle that Maker's Mark right there. We had that in there. I can show you pictures of Bacardi Black.
How
you
much
did.
did the guard make off of that
You're
one
gonna give me
bottle?
them because we're gonna do
Yeah,
a
I'm
video
gonna
later.
send
We're
Out of
gonna
the
really do an
62
in-depth video with Jeremy.
Out of
here.
the $62 bottle, how much do you think they paid for?
That bottle right there would probably
Because it clearly was a
300.
guard, you know, like.
No,
No.
it's not guards. No,
Dave,
there's,
who did
there's
it?
one fence.
Nick.
They throw it over the fence. Someone goes and gets a duffel bag because I've seen the guards.
Oh,
go-
that's awesome.
I've seen guards come around when they count. They'll walk over to the fence and they're like, "Oh shit!" You see them walking. They got 2-3 duffel bags are coming back, and then they open it up, and then they're like, "Oh man, there's 200 grand worth of phones, drugs, alcohol, whatever." And
Listen,
Awesome.
Nick. The guy says to another guy. He brings.
Someone's got to be in on it. If they can't set up a camera right there at the fence,
they just don't. It's just it's
cameras
not,
are $30.
I know we talk about
Cameras
that all
are
the time.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
$30.
They're so okay. This is how the camp is. I'm sure.
So
like,
buy a camera if you're understaffed.
When you're at the medium,
More
they
reason
walk
to buy a
around.
camera.
Yeah.
They walk around at night when you're at the medium and higher securities and stuff. There's cameras everywhere. This is such low security. After 4:00, there's one guard for 400 people.
That blink is $30
Yeah.
and works
No,
amazing.
I
Okay.
paid $49.
But here's my argument with the camera. You got the camera, big deal. What does that do? You're gonna see some guy dressed in all black run out and grab a duffel bag.
Well, no.
real
Here's the
quick?
key. Really,
Go to the main road, put a camera there.
First of all, what
could
really
shut
why
this
they should
down
have it
for
though, is
cheap.
really for a murder. But I guess there's no murders.
Nah, there's
But
no murders.
listen, we had what they call blind spots in Atlanta,
Yeah.
and Edgefield
For sure.
Those are places. Edgefield was brand new when I was there, so it
Yeah.
was a.
Did they say that was the first penitentiary to get built with no concrete
Yes,
wall?
Yes.
Okay.
And I went in. I was in penitentiary there, and I'm looking, and it's kind of weird. But once you see gun, and once you see him shoot on the yard, which I seen him,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what you see. It's a wall. You don't play around at all. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And they will kill you. People
They
think,
will.
they won't kill
And from
you.
what I hear is they're crack shots too.
I
They
heard
will
a
get
bunch of rednecks. Boy, look at that! Look at that turkey going by. That one over there. Anyway, you also told me a guy came to the prison. And he wanted a tattoo gun.
Yeah. he
Now
was a
listen to this,
tattooer.
Nick. This is gonna blow you away.
Yeah. So he was a tattooer. We didn't have a tattoo artist at all in there. So I'm there for like 6 months, whatever. And then one of my hustles was making people's beds up. So what you would do is, your bed's supposed to be made up every day. Well, what you could do is you could make the bed with the 4-inch fold. You flip the bed over, and then you take string and you tie the bed together. So your bed's made all the time. All you got to do is fold your blanket up.
And
put
they
it at the
sleep on
end.
top of the bunk.
You sleep on top of it. So I do that. New guys come in with their mat and everything. I end up talking to him. He said, "Hey, what's the tattoo thing looking like?" I was like, "We don't have a tattoo guy." He goes, "I tattoo." I said, "You tattoo?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Come here. I want to introduce you to someone." I go introduce him to a guy that was like kind of in charge.
You showed
of,
me a picture.
Yeah, I was kind of in charge of doing stuff there or whatever. He goes, "Yeah, what's up? What do you want?" He goes, "Yeah, do you guys got clippers? I want to make a gun." He goes, "Nah." Pulls out his phone, goes on Amazon. He goes, "Here, pick out what you want." So gives the tattoo guy the phone. He picks it out on Amazon. He goes, "All right, yeah, I'll come get you when it's done." Whole kit comes in, electric tattoo machine, multiple speeds, rechargeable battery packs, 100 colors of ink, all the stencil machine.
For like what, $200?
Fact,
Did they have 2-day delivery?
I think he
It was
got it 2
3
days,
for
but
the
it-
throwover.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, it's an extra day for the wall.
Yeah.
So Yeah, but anyway, he ended up getting all the tattoo stuff or whatever, and then doing legitimate, like real legitimate tattoos. Like
I was gonna say.
I got one when I was in there. So matter of fact, I got the Dare
Just
tattoo.
one?
Yeah, that's all I got. I got the Dare tattoo.
A dare. That's
Right above Ash. I was about to say, I see this one on here.
Nick,
Yeah, no, I got all
Nick,
these
did you
from-
see what he's got?
Yeah, I saw Ash. I saw the
forget
one on
Ash.
his.
I have an Ash. Do you see
don't
what he
have
says
Ash.
there? That's colored tattoo.
Yeah, I see the
red
I
color.
use chest pieces.
Oh yeah.
The red color. Yeah, you can get any color you want.
No, melted
yeah, 'cause
chest
the ink-
pieces
Yeah.
is what we got.
The ink came in from Amazon.
Yeah, it was all
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
legitimate name brand stuff.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
Note to my audience. I'm mentioned on the other channel. Nick and I in June are going on the road. We know that for a fact. We're hitting the road to Colorado.
So random.
Right? No, we got to go to Colorado.
Okay.
Love Colorado.
Red Rocks. You ever know Red Rocks?
Yes, for sure.
So we're going to Red Rocks because we already got the tickets, $500 in tickets, if you remember. Remember, paid and all that?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to hit the road. We're going to put out our tour schedule. And what we're going to do is get a tattoo gun setup, I mean, a good one. And ask people if they want to come either tattoo us or, we'll do them on live. We'll give a lot of publicity, them going online, tattooing us, and we'll do a video of them.
Us?
You want to get
I'm
tattooed?
not getting. I don't have a tattoo, Larry.
I'm
That's-
getting one.
I've got a
I have
commitment
a few,
issue.
and I'm getting
I'm not
one.
getting
You gotta get
tattoos.
completely covered.
No, man, I'm all right. I'm good. That's just too much commitment for me.
You don't like
I get
needles.
sick of it. Yeah.
You don't
No,
like
the
needles?
needles. No, it's the commitment. I don't know. I
And
guess
here's the thing about tattoos.
You
I don't even
change
like.
them.
I don't even like putting stickers on my Xbox. I'm like, oh, they
That's
love
your
me taking
Xbox,
this
bro.
off.
You can't,
you
that's
know?
like you can't defile your Xbox.
Exactly. It's
Oh
fucking-
my
But this
God!
is not-
What
my
does
bo-
this show come?
my
to?
body
not
is a
stickers,
temple,
bro.
head ass. My body is a
It's not
temple.
stickers, it's art. Yeah, exactly. You put nice. If you have a mansion, you're gonna put artwork in your mansion.
Yeah, no, but everything's really technically a phase. So like that sticker was a phase. The tattoo for me would probably be a phase.
No.
See, I got time with stuff. That's why I got.
Like you
Donkey
manipulate
Kong.
me, you manipulate him. I love your hustle, so you know that. So,
What are you talking about? We're talking about getting
you know what
tattoos.
and you know what I love. You said to be faith. You know what I love, right?
I have no idea where this is. No, I don't. What are you talking about?
I love your hustle. You'd figure out a hustle like he did.
Oh,
in
okay.
prison.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. You'd be running around there, having a store.
I would take the phone, watch YouTube videos, learn how to tattoo off YouTube videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Buy the
That's what he
kit on
did.
Amazon
Exactly.
and start tattooing.
How
I
did
was
you
like,
do that?
I've been tattooing for years, guys.
In prison.
years.
In prison.
Dude, it got to the point where I'd pull the phone out and I would like set it down and I'm like, I'm so tired of watching YouTube videos. I'm like, dude, this has been like 10 straight months of like 7 hours a day watching YouTube. Like it was
You
my
do that every
fucking
day.
job. Yeah. But I'm saying, when you're done, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the
What was
store.
your algorithm
You're just-
looking
you
like?
have to.
What was the algorithm looking like? Like what was suggested to you on your
Whatever you
homepage?
did.
Well, yeah,
Probably
whatever
normal.
I was watching.
No,
you know,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm into
I don't know.
skateboarding
What
and
were you
I
motorcycle.
know,
watching?
that's a
Yeah.
good question.
So I'm into skateboarding and motorcycle
Okay.
racing. So like Nigel Houston's new
dirt bike
Thrasher part
builds.
will come out, and
Yeah.
then like road racing, like with the suit, and they drag the knee on the ground doing that kind
Oh,
of.
he showed me
Yeah,
a picture
yeah.
of that, Nick.
Yeah.
Are you dragging your knee?
Yes.
Jesus.
I haven't done it in a while because I got
Jesus.
ulcerative colitis. It's like
You
medical.
must have
Anyway.
crashed.
You should
right?
probably not
few
get a
times.
bike until you're off papers.
Well, I know it's crazy. I used to ride on the street like
saying.
a complete asshole. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll bet you never registered your bike.
Yeah, I did. Did that.
And with a plate on it?
Yeah, for sure.
Why would you
Well,
do that?
not
He
for the
never
track.
read. He bought him. He owned
Not for
my
the track.
he kicked police cars.
Yeah. So on the street, I would ride like a complete asshole, 180 miles an hour everywhere you go. Right. I go to the track and I'm like, oh, this is cool. There's no people pulling out in front of you, texting on the phone. There's no dirt. Like
No one's turning left.
there's no light
Yeah.
poles. Yeah. There's no nonsense. There's no cops. After I did that, I rode on the street. 10 minutes after I went to the track first time, I go ride on the street. I said, wow, this is boring as hell.
Oh, I
It's
can
boring.
imagine.
It's just like it's like the rush of
What's the fastest you ever gone on a motorcycle?
whatever, as fast as it'll go.
I mean, we watch YouTube
Daytona-
videos, and
Daytona
I seen
60
YouTube videos of a
pin.
guy at 196. We saw.
Well,
Someone just got a warrant out in the arrest in Colorado for going from Colorado Springs all the way to Denver in 25 minutes.
It's normally an hour and
And
a
he
half.
recorded himself, so they put a warrant out for him.
that seems legit.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on like
Yeah.
a,
He was going 100, his average was 190.
yeah, that sounds about
nonstop.
right. He's probably on like a
Damn.
1,000.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
ne-
for sure.
my
Yeah. He was on a
nephew has
BMW
1,000. He just
1000
crashed
RR.
it.
Oh.
My nephew. My nephew's a nut. And I yell at him. I get so mad at him. He's 20, Nick's age, I guess. And he had a crash. They said he has good suit because they ticketed.
Oh, he was wearing?
No, lawsuit.
Oh, I thought you meant like it. Okay.
No, he had something on too, but he got messed up a little bit.
You don't see guys wearing full leathers like they're.
Everyone's a squid now.
I wear no helmet, anything when I ride.
Everyone's a squid now. They're all just ride naked. Everyone's
I did that.
riding,
That's
great. When I see, this is the craziest thing I see. When I see guys on sport bikes riding around and they're swerving in and out of cars and they're not even wearing gloves, I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, you have to wear gloves at least.
Why do you need gloves?
At least you got to wear gloves
unless I'm cold.
Because that's your first impact is your hands. Naturally,
you're on a Harley, right? You're sitting kind of more upright. You're on a sport bike. You're laying down on it. You go to turn.
It's more comfortable than I thought, though. Remember I did that in Daytona?
Not bad.
Yeah, they're comfortable.
For after an hour, you're like, man, my back is like done. So
yeah,
you like this? We went to Daytona. We sponsored a Ferrari in the race, some Ferrari thing, and we had our diamond on the car and all that.
That's cool.
So we go to Daytona to film, and Nick gets. This is funny. So Nick gets a ride by these drivers, and you're gonna be scared. Nick goes, Larry,
no, they were like,
you go way faster in your Mercedes than these guys.
They were like, okay, make sure you keep your eyes forward because the G-force, if you move your eyes and look to the side, you're going to throw up. So make sure you look to forward. They didn't pass 122 the whole time. And I was like, I was like,
dude, I can
what
sit
are you
on a pedal
yeah,
bike.
exactly.
I seen his record because I looked him up. It works for me.
I was like, I'm going to get
sick.
sick.
For going 135. He get over on 30. I said, Nick, how much was that ticket? $5,000?
Yeah, that's crazy. That was the
Did
fun
you pay
thing
it,
on the
Nick?
street is you see
Not
the
all
cops,
of it, no.
You see the
not all
cops,
of it.
they call it drop a gear and disappear.
Yeah.
So
Well, Nick never registered a
dropping
bike,
gear.
so he said cops won't chase you. They will not chase you.
Yeah,
Oh, they will if they want to have fun. They're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, sometimes like you're not even paying attention. You don't realize how fast you're going on those bikes. I'll be going down like Wickham Road, normal road, just cruising.
still got a bike?
I'm like, dude, I'm doing 85 miles an hour on a 30.
Yeah.
You got a bike?
Not now.
You want one?
Not
good.
unless I can go to the racetrack.
Good. No, good for you. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, I wanted a bike, and everybody in my life said, Larry,
Don't do it.
you will be guaranteed dead in a year.
Yeah.
I've crashed a few, just not because I'm bad. I'm a good driver.
No.
He'd tell you that.
You don't even you could go around you could pull out of your driveway, hit a patch of sand. It's over
Oh,
with. You
gravel?
just fell-
Gravel's my
done.
worst nightmare.
Yep.
You know
Yeah.
what was worse for too? Wet bridges.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
or,
where your
one.
tires are going like this and shit.
or like turning. You're not turning, switching
Hey,
lanes
Nick,
and hitting
I
a
think we're
pothole.
going to do something. I wanted to introduce the audience to Jeremy. You're a good guest. We're going to do a lot more because we got a lot of talking to do about
Yeah.
what's in prison today.
Yeah.
Plus,
Could be a big part of like Q&As.
yeah, I'd like to bring you in on Q. We're going to do some stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
If you'd like.
I'm an open book, man.
Everything here, and Nick will tell you, is we do it is straight up. Tell us, don't want to talk about it, or hell yeah. My last question, and for today's show, where do you jack off in a fucking? I mean, I had my own cell.
Yeah, so you don't have your own cell. It kind of looks
And
like
you
an
got
office
caught.
building. It's all cubicles. Looks like an office building. So if you wanna get a good jerk in there, you pull out the Pornhub.
You go to the corner bunk. There's this guy there. That's
You're gonna go in the shower because you can shut the shower door or whatever.
Okay,
You're either
all
gonna go in the shower or the bathroom stall or whatever. But I mean,
There's no like. I'm used to what we did in penitentiaries and even a medium is we would take a towel, put it over your door, window,
right.
and the guard. But
Your bunk.
no over the door, so that you close the door. It doesn't latch or anything. There's no latches. It's turnkey. But you'd put it and then close the door because of the thickness under there. It would keep the door closed, and you'd get that typical asshole guard, knowing. I mean, how many times I got caught? Bam, 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 and he opened the door and I go, "Hello, you want to come in? You want to come on in? Come on in. I'm in."
And that's why you went to the hole.
Well, no, that was at night,
I know,
1 in the
yeah.
morning. That's wrong. But
it's
where
hard
is
to
it
get
now?
in-
So you do it in the bed. I mean, obviously you went,
And they have their private their private
shower, I
broom
guess.
closet.
Yeah, like we just go out to the private golf course at the guest house.
It doesn't work that way, man.
Yeah, I know. That's I've heard
That's what I
someone
want to
else
say. I want to emphasize to people out there.
Oh, you didn't have a golf course?
No.
No. Okay.
See,
I'm just making
that's
sure.
what
No, I'm just kidding.
emphasizing.
I never
We
thought
only
anyone was
had
playing
We
golf.
only had private tennis courts,
Yeah.
water slides, and
And
stuff.
an
We had
Olympic
tennis courts
pool.
there. We
Yeah,
had tennis
they
courts
drew
there,
the.
man.
Yeah. Well, they had a handball. They had handball.
Did
I'll tell
you
you
really?
the activity they had.
I used
They
to
had
I used to play with Nicky Scarfo, Vic Arena,
Tennis?
Vic Amu, all the mob guys.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm the
I
new
thought it was a
guy.
joke.
They
so
had
I-
volleyball, softball. They had a track, bocce ball, horseshoes,
No, they didn't give us no
what was
bats.
that, handball?
No.
racquetball,
We had to have a guard there.
table tennis.
Oh,
we
you
had
did?
to have guards
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
You know,
So were people gambling on all this?
they
Yeah,
probably
but-
had poker.
Nah,
Yeah.
people would usually only gamble like they do poker games at night and like same currency like the stamps or whatever. But now it was just like someone would take
We're
a
gonna go
ledger
into that.
because the
People
cell
don't-
phones are so like everyone has cell phones. You just I owe you $50. Okay, hold on, what's your cash?
Venmo
app?
'em.
Okay,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Cash
Cash
app you the
app.
money. Cash
But
app.
how are you cashing that out? Are you just sending it to your
friend.
family
It's
who's
all-
putting it on
yeah,
your
it's-
books?
You gotta have
Yeah.
have people on the outside.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you don't have someone on the outside, you can call doing it. You can't get anything done at all.
Now,
I mean, you can
I
do
had
stuff, but-
many people, and I
Yeah.
even say we called it street.
They're just
to
like,
street.
Mama, put this on my books.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we
yeah.
used to call it street
Yeah,
to
yeah.
street.
Yeah, you got to have somebody on the outside to do something. But if you know
Yeah.
you need money, how are you going to get money? You got to say.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, the phones. I don't really think they're a problem. And here's the crazy thing about
Kind of
cell
think
phones.
they're a
I
problem.
noticed.
Of course you don't.
When there'd be like an asshole guard in there, it'd be.
Can
loud.
anybody record them? That's what I want.
They wouldn't record the guards because you don't want to get caught with a phone.
Man, I'd love that to show how much of an
So-
asshole they are.
Yeah,
you know how
I
they
wish.
are. I mean,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
talk down to you or something. I'd look at the dude. I said, "What did you say to me?"
Yeah.
And then he realizes he's in the penitentiary, and they will kill you. This guy's. I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not gonna. I was a nice guy.
Right.
But the other guys that got life sentences and stuff, do you think they give a shit? Oh, you got life.
Yeah.
You know, the United States is the only country in the world that charges you if you try to escape. Did you know in Europe, in
That's
England,
crazy.
in Sweden, in Norway, and France, they don't because it's natural.
Yeah,
it is not
naturally.
natural to say, "Oh, life, thank you, I'm good. I don't need anything. I'll work
be a
for
good
Unicorn
inmate."
for 20 cents an
Yeah,
hour."
unicorn.
You know, I was in prison with the guy. You know how we got caught? Because you're talking about how money works. This guy named was Jose Linares. He ends up in Jessup, Georgia. I was in the hole with him. He ends up. He was a clerk for Unicorn. He ends up stealing $135,000. It's called Unigate. You can look it up online. Actually,
Okay.
he ends up opening up a company. BY.
I look it up online.
Yeah, you can.
I'll make sure.
BY, TYBY. And then he opened up a company. He was a clerk, so he found out where the codes were and the stamps for their names, and he ended up making a fictitious company, and the prison was paying the fictitious company. They don't know. And he got him for $130. He was a gay guy, nice guy though.
Yeah.
Jose Linares. He bought his boyfriend a Cadillac. Right? This is in prison.
This is amazing.
This
he
is
needs a Netflix series or something.
this is Nick. This is true.
He need to be featured in Orange is
So
the New Black.
besides that, Jeremy, here's how he gets caught. His idiot on the street sends $30,000 to his books.
Oh my
What a
God.
fucking dumbass.
And you got to put
Everyone's
that through.
average book is like
No, back then it was a little different than it is
$30.
now.
You know, like
Yeah, now
Yeah, no,
you
the
get
average is 200 bucks,
Yeah.
300 bucks,
Yeah, now you
500.
go on like
30K,
Western Union,
bro.
You
Yeah.
click like pay a bill or whatever, and it's like, what bill would you like to pay? This or
Yeah.
pay an inmate? You're like, oh,
Right. Is
And
it
then
still
put their
like
number-
that?
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
now, yeah.
See,
or
'cause
you can
when I was
send,
in-
you can send money to them, but I'm like, dude, who does that?
That's we back in our
In an
day.
envelope?
Your
That's
mother would
sketchy.
send
Yeah.
a check, or you'd have people leave. Like I had a lot of visits because I had a lot of connections, and I'd have a visit, and the guy was allowed to leave cash at the front desk. So you allowed him to leave a
wow.
couple hundred.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Actually, when I first got
Oh, you
in
should be
prison,
able to do that stuff.
Nick, when I first got in prison, they actually had change on the yard. So people would have hundreds of dollars in quarters, thousands in quarters.
Why? That seems like a threat.
Well, they had a
Put those
vending
in a
machine
sock?
at the time. They actually had a vending machine.
Oh wow.
You know, wow.
Now
We
they
need
do
to make
everything
another
through
weapon
your card.
video.
Your
Oh, yeah,
card.
yeah.
If you want to get like a copy made, copy's like 10 cents or whatever. You got to have money on,
On
your
your
books.
Were there
And
any
then-
weapons? Sorry.
What? Mine?
no.
No, I don't really see. I heard
Didn't
there
see
was
any
weapons,
weapons?
but I didn't really.
In
see,
my
I didn't-
prison, were there weapons?
Larry,
There were more
I
weapons than
know
cell
about your
phones.
president. I just, yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah, no, it wasn't really.
No weapons.
I only saw like 2 people get like beat
How many
up. and that was
fights?
it.
Oh yeah, not many.
Yeah, I mean,
fights.
You
I
guys
seen-
see any stabbings?
well, yeah, because they have
no,
a
no
really good
stabbings.
holdover. Like People
No
gotta be
stabbings.
behaving.
I saw like a Puerto Rican guy stole a screwdriver, and the guy had been
Stole
stealing
a screw, man. If you did
from
that,
the maintenance guy.
that's what I'm saying.
So, and all the maintenance guys are white guys, right? So the white guys went to the Puerto Rican guys. Were like, "Hey, listen, you need to do something about your guy." They're like, "Hey, you know, this guy owes people money. Like, he's not one of us. We don't fuck with him. Do what you will." They said, "All right." They took him in the back room and beat the shit out of him.
Well, I stabbed Streeter when that happened.
Yeah, I said if he higher security, they probably would have stabbed him. But then again, it probably wouldn't have got to that. The Puerto Rican people would have been like, "Hey, listen, come here," and they would have dealt with them or whatever.
We used to have junky white guys that hung out with us. He'd get in debt, $200-300. He'd come, I'm in trouble. What was it? Oh, whatever drug gang you had, and it always was more than one. They'd always say one. They owed all the gangs. We'd find
everyone.
Yeah. I mean, you
and then
know.
they just deferred the other ones. They're like, I'm gonna deal with this one right now because he just threatened me. I'm deferring these 3. I need help with this one right now.
Seriously, Nick. So what happened?
Stuff me with heroin. I'm ready.
No, what he said is right. We would give the guy heroin. He'd suitcase it. Mm-hmm. Go to the yard for something stupid. Go to the hole for something stupid. Mm-hmm. And back then we had a down guy in the hole. One of the guards was cool, and he would make whoever we wanted orderly in the hole.
Right.
That orderly was going. I got in the hole my first day. Hey, Lawton, we heard about you. Yeah. What do you need? What do you got? Always, if you know you go, even Mike go to your suitcase a bunch of shit, heroin, drugs,
Suboxone.
Well, Suboxone was too big because you're not going to get enough.
Why do you need Suboxone? Oh, okay.
It's a heroin substitute, but
Suboxone's actually like a really big hustle in there.
Oh, really? Yeah, it wasn't when I was there.
It's like the little strips or whatever, because it's like paper. Mm-hmm. It's like essentially paper, but the Suboxone's huge.
I didn't know that.
Were you still getting? You said that they canceled all paper mail.
He told me that. Yes.
Yeah. So from what I heard, one of the guards saying
that's how we got asked.
They were like, "Yeah, we don't do that. If you're getting mail anymore, all of it's photocopied now,
and it's on a screen."
No, they give you the paper, but the prison photocopies.
Oh, who cares?
Well,
no, I mean, if you're smuggling acid in, you care.
Easy. You're still giving me the card, right?
No, he's copying that card, throwing that card away, and giving you the copy that came out of the printer.
You send me a card with drugs on it. They take it, photocopy it, and give me a copy of what the card was. And
they shut that shit down, dude.
That ended all that shit. Yeah.
Good luck.
I don't want to go to prison anymore.
I'm get this joke.
Hey, we got to go because we're gonna have you back. I really enjoyed your time.
Yeah, man, I had fun.
Because we can, I don't say make light of it, but you're going to survive. You're going to do well.
Yeah.
I mean, you see us. You've known me for a while. Since your 47th, I think he said, one of my subscribers. So we're going to have
you had
be
under
here.
50. Yeah.
You're going to be here. You live here. And he wanted to see me. He had a food truck. Damn, I know food trucks. If I knew he had
you
a
got
food
one
truck,
now?
No, I had it, and COVID
what kind of
ended
food
up
you
wiping
make?
me out. I had to sell it, and then thank God I did, because after I sold it 2 months later, feds came in and indicted me. So couldn't have worked out better.
What were you whipping up? What were you making?
I was doing tacos, like steak, chicken, fish, shrimp. We had empanadas.
he showed me a menu.
Bang
Burritos. What are they called? The B word.
Oh,
burratas.
Or something.
Burratas. Yeah.
You guys are funny.
I didn't do anything high end or nothing like that.
We're gonna go. We got to go, everybody. I'm going to show you his menu. We're going to have pictures. We're going to have a lot going with you. So I hope you enjoy it, and you're going to come back.
Join the Discord.
And you'll
brilliant.
join our Discord. We got 22,000 on Discord now.
Yeah, Larry's in there all the time now. So
That's awesome.
not all the time.
You gave me hope
you will
that,
be, so.
good things can come after prison.
It is. You're a good guy, man.
Start streaming.
You're good.
Go ahead.
No, you're a good guy.
Thank you.
Tell a 35-year-old.
I know. I'm just encouraging.
All right, everybody, listen. Please. Don't make the choices we made. Make good choices. See you next time right here on The Real Deal.
But it's definitely something you should hear.
This is The Real Deal with Larry Lawton.